How's it going, mofos? Be unique, and welcome back to another video. And today we're talking about the one and only Gal Gadot. What a name, by the way. What a name, Gal Gadot. Galga. We shall call her Galga. There's a husband. No, we shouldn't call her that. I don't like the name. Galga. Is that what nationality? I'm not sure. But Gal Gadot is her name. Acting shite is her game. And look, I'm not saying she's one of the only bad actors in the world, but this is the Gal Gadot effect. And let me tell you what the Gal Gadot effect genuinely is. And she's not the only one who suffers with the Gal Gadot effect. There's no such thing as the Gal Gadot effect, by the way. I'm just making that shit up. But if I was to actually explain to you what the Gal Gadot effect actually is, I would probably say like and subscribe first. Like and subscribe, and also please, just comment and enjoy this damn video because I put effort into it. Anyway, we are going to carry on now. The Gal Gadot effect is basically an individual, a female, or even potentially a male, that can't act, but because of their relative good looks, obviously looks are all relative to the individual, they get roles in certain productions. And look, Gal Gadot is probably for me a classic case of that. She's a relatively good looking lady, and she's played some roles that perhaps she shouldn't have played due to her looks. And look, I'm not saying she's an absolutely awful actress, I should say. I'm not saying she's an awful actress. I'm saying she's an absolutely fucking terrible actress. She is awful. She is shocking. She is arguably one of the worst actresses that's ever lived, or one of the worst actresses that's ever been on television. I mean, honestly, some of the comments to do with her as well, you see some of the videos online, they are literally slating her, saying how bad she is. Some of her line deliveries are awful. What is she doing in film? She's literally awful. And I think, is it all fair? Is it all fair? Of course it's fair. I have seen her, I have watched her, and she is shocking. She is awful. But the Gal Gadot effect is in very much highest. It's in full speed. It's in full speed. If it was a train, it would probably be derailing off the tracks like a mission from San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 2.
Bruh.
And that would literally be what it would be. You know, I mean, she is literally awful. She's awful. And like I said, you know, about probably 50 seconds ago, she's not one of the only people to be casted wrong or to not really be able to act. But you would have thought with acting, it would be purely based on the fact, you know, you'd have thought getting in films would be purely based on merit. Now, I know we're long gone to the days of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was about to say Arnold Schwarzenegger, where, you know, it was a different era and he gets in films because he's obviously built like a brick shithouse. He's basically, you know, a massive muscle guy. He was at the peak of his career in terms of all his bodybuilding stuff, and that enabled him to get a platform into films. But it was like the action hero era. Long gone are those days. We don't care about those days anymore. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in all those films through the fact that he was a big built guy. You know, it was a different era. All his films are very quirky. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was an actor today, if Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been in his prime today, he wouldn't have been an actor because the era has changed. No one wants action heroes anymore. Nobody wants big muscly guys carrying around big machine guns shooting everyone's ass up. They want people who can act primarily, apart from people like Gal Gadot. But like I said, she's not the only one. Do you remember Hayden Christensen in Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Episode 3? Revenge of the Sith. He was also in Attack of the Clones, of course. So how bad was Hayden Christensen? Terrible actor. But he was cast as Anakin Skywalker because he looked like, you know, he basically looked the part. He looked the part. He looked like Anakin Skywalker. And you see, you know, I always say this. I love the films. I love Star Wars films. But I always say that about Hayden Christensen. He was casted because of the way he looked. He looked like Anakin Skywalker. So they just brought him in. Couldn't act a single line. He's shit. He's crap. I mean, I'm being polite. He's absolutely awful. And the same with Harry Potter franchise. You've ever seen the Harry Potter franchise? Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. Rupert Grint, Daniel Radcliffe, and Emma Watson. They were cast because they literally looked like Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They weren't cast because they have unbelievable acting talent. For a start, they were kids. So how many kids do you know that are absolutely fantastic actors? I don't know any, to be honest with you, especially at that age, that very young age. And they ended up growing into the role. So, you know, what you see is what you get. They kind of like, they grew into it. They weren't particularly good actors. They're not naturals. And you can see that. They are, without a doubt, the worst three actors or actresses in Harry Potter are Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. Those three are the worst actors in the entire Harry Potter franchise. You got actors like, you know, the guy who played Professor Snape, Alan Rickman, who was fantastic. Dumbledore, fantastic. I was about to say Gandalf the Grey. You shall not pass. No. What's the guy's name? Hagrid. You know, Hagrid. All the adult cast members in the Harry Potter films are fantastic. All the adult cast members in the Harry Potter films are brilliant, and it kind of masks how shit the kids are. You know, because they are crap. All of them. All the teenagers are, for me, are pretty awful. Probably apart from that real quirky girl, Luna. She was pretty cool. But like I said, at times people get past. I cannot speak again. I need to learn how to talk. If anyone could put in the comments below some kind of like self-teaching course of somehow to speak, or some course that you know where you can learn how to talk, put my name down for it. You know it. It's in the actual video itself. I need help. But like I said, some people are casted because of how they look. Some people are casted because they fit the character. You know, whether they've got acting talent or not, they just look like that character that they need them to play. Whereas Gal Gadot is, for me, casted because she's relatively good looking. You know, but like I said, it just goes to show that if Gal Gadot can become an actress, whatever your guys and girls' dreams are in life, you can accomplish it. Because if Gal Gadot can become a famous actress, then you guys and girls can become famous, whatever you want to be. You know, and I will become a famous YouTuber. It's happening. It's going to happen, you know. Gal Gadot has given me the belief to be able to do it. Now, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? No, anyway, but look, I honestly do believe that Gal Gadot is one of the worst actresses I've ever seen. But I do believe it's her career path is not like it's not luck. It's not luck. Somebody would have noticed her. Somebody would have maybe noticed her and thought, you know, maybe we could make something of her. She's a relatively good-looking girl. You know, and looks can get you far in that kind of world. In that industry, looks can get you a long way. If you are pretty, if you are a good-looking person, looks can carry you quite far. And I think Gal Gadot is a prime example of that, because there is not a cat's hell in chance on this absolute entire planet that Gal Gadot is in movies for her acting ability. Because it's just not effing possible. It is not possible that Gal Gadot was selected to be in movies for her acting talent. It's not possible, is it? Let's be completely honest. If Gal Gadot was picked for her acting talent, then someone needs their brain tested, because obviously they're not doing their job right if they're casting people like her, or if they are literally pushing Gal Gadot forward for her acting ability. That's just not going to be a thing, is it? I doubt anyone's pushing her forward for her acting ability. I mean, it's not that, is it? It's not that. But look, guys and girls, give me your thoughts. Gal Gadot, the Gal Gadot effect, like I said, it affects a lot of people. If you've got looks, if you've got a bit of sex appeal, you can go a long way. And it will actually overshadow your acting, your actual ability to be able to act. And Gal Gadot, for me, is a prime example of that. She's got relative sex appeal, and that, for me, overshines or outshines her ability to actually act on screen. I have it. I have this problem all the time. Literally, I get people coming up to me, asking me if I want to do this, I want to do that. It's not because I can do those jobs, it's because I've got huge sex appeal. You know, I was walking past a building site once, and there was a photographer, and he said, "Do you want to take some nude selfies? You want to take some nude pictures? We'll just clip you in these, with these big butch men." And I said, "No, I don't want to do that." You know, I'm like, I know I've got huge sex appeal, but I'm not into that. You know what I mean? I know I've got arms built like tanks, but they're not. You know, I don't abuse my body like that. I am a well-respected man. So put your camera away, put your stiff one away, and just sod off back to the yard. But look, Gal Gadot, guys and girls, give me your thoughts. Like and subscribe as well. Of course, it helps me out. Like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon for another video. And it won't be about Gal Gadot. I'm telling you now, it ain't going to be about her. But look, give me your thoughts on Gal Gadot. How and why do you believe Gal Gadot has become successful? I would love to hear your guys and girls' views on this. Put it in the comments below, because it certainly ain't for her acting talent. We live in a world today where sex appeal is actually such a big thing. We do. Your ability to charm, your ability to create sexual tension or sex appeal is actually potentially a weapon for you in the future. And Gal Gadot proves it. Look, guys and girls, like I said, like and subscribe. Be you, be unique. And I will see you for another video very, very shortly. Bye for now.